Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today I have no makeup on. I have nothing on my face, literally. Don't even have my eyebrows done. So the reason I'm doing that is to talk about skincare. I feel like it's a little bit, it's a little odd to talk about skincare and your skincare regime while talking with a full face of makeup. So what we're gonna do is go through my entire skincare regime with nothing on my face. But I will put some of the products on my face, the ones that I use during the day. But first we'll go through the nighttime routine so you guys can see it. I have all the products in front of me. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Okay, so first of all, like I said, I have nothing on my face. Like there's nothing on my face. And I'm not doing that to be like proud. It's just, like I said, we're talking skincare and I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like if you're gonna talk about skincare and why you believe in the products that you use because your skin, you feel like your skin looks good because you use them, then you should show people how your skin looks. So for reference, I am 50 years old. I have dry skin, I have rosacea, I have very sensitive skin, reactionary skin. I react to like everything. And in this host of products, these are the products that I use every day. Now I do, or every other day, because there's some things that I can't use every day, but I have other products that I use. This is not it. This is not the only things I use, but these are the core things that I use for this time of year. It's fall, winter. It's actually snowing outside as we speak. And I would recommend all of these. I also have one product in here that's brand new to my channel. I've never mentioned it before. I've never mentioned the brand before. And I've been using it since September, August. And I think it's made a huge improvement in my skin. And honestly, before I would have been like, yeah, there's no way I can use that. And I use it every day. Literally, I've used it every day. So I feel confident recommending it. I wanted to wait because I was like, what if something happens after like the first couple months? So now it's been 4 or 5 months. I feel like we're safe. Okay, so let's go through the nighttime regime. Like if I was gonna go wash my face right now, there are a couple of cleansers that I use, but the one that I use more than any other cleanser, I've gone through, I can't even tell you how many of these. This is the La Mer cleansing oil. And I shake it up a little bit because it is like, it does have different ingredients in it. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it works better when I shake it up, but it's a pump. I've been using this for a really long time. I honestly can't tell you how long, and I don't want to mislead anyone, but it's more than 5 years. It could be as long as 10, but it's in the 5 to 10 year period. COVID has kind of like, the years of COVID have kind of like drawn a blank for me. So like what feels like it was 5 years ago was really 8 years ago. You know what I mean? The last like 2019, 2022, like just kind of disappeared. So I'm not really sure, but it's been a really, really long time. Now, like I said, I have other cleansers, the Sisley Milk cleanser I love, the Chantecaille Rose de May cleaner. I love that. Is it Rose de Mai or Rose de May? I always get it wrong. But anyway, the pink, I do love those cleansers and I use them. I have them downstairs, but this is the one that I go in day out and use. And I've gone through, in 2022, I probably went through 3 bottles of it. So that just gives you an idea. And obviously I'm in need to buy another bottle. I usually have a backup that I buy like during a sale. I used to buy it at the Sephora sales. I hear La Mer is leaving Sephora, so I'll have to buy it. I mean, other people have sales, so it's fine. Okay, so I wash my face. The first thing I wash my face with though is the Kojendo spa water. I didn't bring it up. I actually have a Kojendo spa water in like 3 different bathrooms. And along with the Clé de Peau, these are the Clé de Peau cottons. And these are cotton squares. I swear by these. I think they're the softest things out there. Yes, they're expensive. There's no doubt. I got it. But my skin, like I said, is very sensitive and reactionary. And even the lightest bit of roughness in a cotton or a cloth will really annoy and irritate my skin. My lips are really irritated right now. You'll notice they're kind of pink. It's because I did the lip swatching video for Tom Ford. And so yeah, my lips are irritated from that. So, I mean, which kind of makes sense. I tried 50 lipsticks, but the point is my lips are redder than they usually are. So these are what I use. I don't use any other cotton, just the Clay de Peau. That's it. Collagen Doe Spa water all over my face. Then I use this as my second step. If we're just saying, you know, like most of the time, I have to be honest, because that's what I do. Sometimes I use the other cleansers, but mostly it's that. If I'm gonna do a scrub, I use this one. There's like nothing left in this. I have 3 of these now as backups because I don't know if you can see it, but like there's nothing left in this tube. This is the Chantecaille Bamboo and Hibiscus Exfoliating Cream. It's a cream, but it's exfoliating, so it's a physical exfoliator. And I use this more in the winter, I feel like, because it's creamier and my skin is drier. It's incredibly comfortable. I do not use it every day. I probably use an exfoliator twice a week, I guess. It depends. It also depends on whether I'm using this. So this is the other product. This is also Chantecaille. This is the Purifying Exfoliating Phytoactive Solution. So this is an exfoliator. I feel like I've used the liquid. You can see how much I've used of this bottle. I've gone through a whole bottle. This is my second bottle in the last year. This is a 10% AHA exfoliator. And so, you know, it's extremely easy to use because you just put it on a cotton pad and put it all over your face. This, of course, you have to scrub all over your face and then wash it off. The thing about this one, though, I can't use this every day. My skin is too sensitive to use it every day. In the summer, I can use it almost every day, and sometimes I've used it every day for like a short period of time, like 2 weeks. My skin is much more, there's much more humidity in the air in Massachusetts in the summer. In the winter, there's no humidity. There's none. There's zero. I have dehumidifiers in my house, and they basically, once you hit 50%, they start running. So I just leave them on and just make sure they're emptied, you know. But in the summer, they run all summer. Literally, they're always running. In the winter, it hits about October. October, they just shut off. They just shut off in October, and they literally don't go back on until like May. It's the weirdest thing because they're silent, and then all of a sudden, sometime in May, they just kick back on, and you hear them. You're like, oh, okay, it's humidity again. It's just the way New England is, so especially Massachusetts. So there's no humidity in the air, and so this one feels more comforting. The other one, I feel like my skin can get a little tight, a little too sensitive, depending on how much I've been outside in the cold, to use this every day. But I usually use this at least once a week in the winter. So those are my 2. And you can see that I use them, guys, because there's like practically none left of either one. So that's what I use for the cleansing part. If I'm going to use a mask this time of year, there are 2 masks that I use. There's, well, 3 masks. The Sicily Velvet Mask, which I'm out of. Like, I literally have to buy another one. I love that mask. I actually love all of Sicily masks. They're in like the little, they look like things like this, but they're shorter. I'll put up a picture. The Velvet one, the Black Rose one, and there's another one. I can't remember. Anyway, I love all of them. I'm literally out of all of them. Because I do use them a lot, especially in the winter, and they're all gone. So I need to buy another one. I gotta wait for a Sicily sale and buy a velvet one because that's very soothing, and I really like that one. The other one that's really soothing is the Chantecaille. This is the Jasmine and Lily Healing Mask. This is my fourth, yeah. And I've already gone through some of it. You can leave this on all night. You just put it on your skin and leave it on all night. It's like gel. It's like got a gel consistency. Kind of like it's foundation, you know, like the gel foundation. And you can just leave it on, even though it's a mask. It works just as a moisturizer. I wouldn't do that if you have oily skin, but you know, if you have dry skin, definitely it's not a problem at all. My skin soaks this stuff up like in moments. I don't take it off. I just put it on, leave it on, and I'm done. Because it's that level of a mask because my skin is so dry, it's fine, especially in the winter. And I feel like I need it more in the winter. Because again, my skin is so dry. The other one is this charcoal mask. This is the only charcoal mask I've ever used that worked for me. It's the Detox Clay Mask with rosemary and honey. And yeah, I've used a lot of that. This is my second. First of all, it smells really good, but it's the only clay mask that I use. I Generally don't use this in the winter. This is more of a summer product. However, hormonally, when I get that way, my skin can get weird. Not oily, but like what I would consider oily, I guess. And I do use that. So probably like once a month in the winter, I do use it because my skin feels oily. Again, for me, probably not oily to anyone else, but to me it feels oily. And so I do use that once a month in the winter. In the summer, I use it a lot more often. Okay, so the next step would be to like tone my skin, to kind of get my skin at the right pH. And the product that I use, that I've used, again, I think 10 years, is the Tonic. This is not there's a green one, I think, but this is the one that I use. It's the Tonic. I go through tons of these bottles. Basically, I put this on a cotton pad, the Clay to Pot cotton pads, and I just put it all over my face. Basically what it does is it returns my skin to the right balance, the right pH balance for my skin. I feel like by doing that, it absorbs the products that I put on next much better. So I feel like it creates a more level, like not too acidic, not too base. It just evens everything out, and it works extremely well for me. Like I said, 10 years. Used it for 10 years. So it just works for me. And I think it's a phenomenal product. I think it's underrated because it doesn't really, quote, do much, but it does a ton. Because without it, I notice my skin doesn't feel as good, it'll get a little too oily or a little too dry, and I feel like that's what's missing. So yeah, absolutely love that. And this next product is the same kind of thing. These are very similar products. This is the Sicily Lotions. This is the original. This is the Essential Skincare Lotion. This is what I used to use every single time after the La Mer Tonic. And I would put this on, and then I would put my serums and all that good stuff on over it. They then introduced this one last year, which is the La Nuit. So the nighttime one, the Supreme Anti-Aging Skincare Lotion. So as you can probably see, this one's about half full. This one's a little less than half. So because I have two of them, this is the same bottle I bought when I unboxed it for you guys in spring. So because I have two, I use this one during the day and this one at night, which is why I have enough of this left. So I basically do one pump, one pump. So at night, I would use this, and then I would use my various products. But during the day, I use this. So I'm actually going to put this on right now because, like I said, I have nothing on my skin. And I've already used the La Mer. So literally pump. That's it. That's all I do. It's really easy. It's really not that complicated. So that's how it looks. And you can see my face even gets a little bit pink because my skin gets pink the minute you touch it. All right, so just picture that would have been nighttime. I would have used this one. The next thing that I do at night is I put on the product that I was talking about that literally I feel like, now don't get me wrong guys, I've talked a bunch of times about me getting lasers. The lasers have made a huge difference in my skin. My skin would not look this good, in my opinion, at my age if it wasn't for the lasers. I think the lasers do a lot. And I had 3 treatments over the course of like 4 to 6 weeks each treatment. So I do think it makes a huge difference. There's a new RF like micro needling one that's called, oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. Morpheus 8 or something like that. I've heard that does tremendous things for like tightening of skin. What I did with the lasers, they're not for tightening, it's for redness. It's to reduce the rosacea, capillaries, and that type of thing. It does have a side effect, a good one, lasers do, of building more collagen in your skin, which keeps your skin looking younger. So I'm not saying that my skin doesn't look tighter or plumper because of the lasers, but really the lasers I had done was done for a different reason. But I think depending on what your dermatologist, go to a dermatologist, figure out what they say about it. But I think lasers and microneedling and all that stuff works wonders. From what I can see, it's absolutely worth it in my opinion. But the product that I'm so incredibly impressed with is called Clinical Super Serum Advanced Plus. This was recommended to me from a girlfriend of mine. I'm going to pull it up because I want to make sure I get the ingredients right. At one of my conferences, one of my work colleagues, who's awesome. I'll just say her first name in case she doesn't want to be mentioned. So Amanda, thank you, in case you're watching. She's the one who recommended this to me because we were talking about her skin is like insanely good. She is younger than me, but she's not that much younger than me. And her skin is like amazingly amazing, just perfect. And then, so I asked her, I was like, so what do you use? She gave me a couple of things that she used, and this was one of them. And honestly, a lot of things that she uses, I use, so it wasn't that different. But this thing, I was like, well, I don't think I can use that, you know, because my skin is so sensitive and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, you know, my skin's pretty sensitive and I use it. So anyway, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try. Like, what's the worst thing that happens? The worst thing is I'm out $158 for 0.5. Which one is this one? I'm trying to see which size this one is. I don't know what size I have here, guys. This is 30 milliliters. This is 30 milliliters, so this is the 1 fluid ounce. Okay, so this is 158. That's what it is. The 0.5 is $95. Now, they will say that, I think I've got the right one. Wait a minute, I might have the wrong one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I have it. They will say that you can use this in the morning and the night. I only use this at night. I have not tried to use it twice a day because I feel like that might be too much. I'm gonna hold it up. It's the gold bottle. Make sure you get the right one. And Super Serum Advanced Plus is a scientifically advanced, clinically proven formula that for the first time combines a 15% combination of our next generation L-ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, with a bioidentical tripeptide. This is a copper tripeptide. And it also has powerful botanical antioxidants and safe skin brighteners. So again, this is vitamin C. And the vitamin C I used to use was SkinCeuticals, which I always liked, but it made my skin a little irritated because, again, my skin is so sensitive. But this is 15%. And it has tripeptides. And I have no problem using it every single night. Just saying. Helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Helps include the hypertrophic, which is raised scar tissue from like stretch marks and that type of thing. Brightens and helps visibly diminish uneven skin tone, supports against environmental stressors, provides extremely powerful antioxidant protections. Apply 3 to 4 drops in the palm of your hand using fingerprints, dab, and smooth evenly over your face. I have to tell you, I think my skin, I know my skin looks better because of this. So it's vitamin C. It has Centella asiatica, which is a powerful antioxidant with healing properties that helps diminish the appearance of premature aging. It's got the tripeptide, the copper tripeptide. It has mushroom in it, which is a natural antimicrobial that helps brighten the overall complexion. So this is basically vitamin C serum with tripeptides. And I have to tell you guys, my skin looks more even and brighter because of it. Now, again, if you're looking at acids like AHA acids, I mean, vitamin C is an acid in a way because it's acidic, but the AHAs, this is the one I would recommend. This is 10%. I can't use these two together. My skin will be too irritated if I do that. So I use, like I said, this every single day. So what I've done, again, I only use it at night. I use when I'm going to use this and that in combination, I just make sure that they're done apart from one another. Like I'll either use this in the morning and I won't use it at night, or I'll use it later in the day and then use this like right before I go to sleep. So I can't use them like right at the same time in succession. My skin will get a little irritated. Not like you probably would. I mean, like most normal people would probably be fine. My skin just feels a little stingy and I don't like that. So I don't put them in succession. But this product, my skin, I started using it in September and my skin looked better in a week. And I was just like, well, it can't be like, seriously, vitamin C? But it did. It just looked better. It looked brighter. It looked more even. Yeah. And so I want to try more products by this brand, IS Clinical. So if there's any products out there that you've used by this brand that you really like, let me know. I've been trying to decide which ones I want to use, like cleanser, moisturizer, maybe an AHA. I can't do retinols. I've tried all kinds of retinols. It's just too much for my skin. It's just too irritating for my skin. I just can't do it. The Bacachol, I think I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. That I can use. That does work for me. But I never found one that I just absolutely loved. So I've just stayed away from it. But I went with lasers instead. But I can use that product. Okay, so next up, eye cream. So I'm gonna actually use the eye cream today because I'm gonna do some makeup and why not? This is the Clé de Peau. I got this at the holidays actually. This is the Creme Supreme Contour something. I'll make sure the right name is down below. I use very little of it, to be honest with you. I don't use a lot. I don't believe, it's not that I don't believe in eye cream. I feel like, you know, eye cream and moisturizing cream for your face is basically the same. But I do have creams that I use all over my face that have products in them that I wouldn't want to get near my eyes because my skin is so sensitive. So in that way, I believe in eye cream. And this one is really, really good. It doesn't create little milia, like the little white dots, that little hard things that come up. I have that happen if I use super rich eye cream, so I can't. The other eye cream I like is the Chanel No. 1 and the Retrové. I actually love the Retrové products. I love the eye cream and I love the, I forget what it's called. It's the moisturizer that's got like, it's like the heavy duty moisturizer. I can't remember. It feels very light, but it has a lot of great ingredients. I really, really like their products. The problem was when I was using them, they were often sold out and I had a difficult time replenishing them. So I started other products that I ended up really liking. I feel like I should go back to the Retrové because I really, really did enjoy them. So I will probably do that. I've had such luck with the things that I've been using. I just haven't felt the need, but I really do enjoy Retrové. I think they're an excellent brand. So for nighttime, there are 3 moisturizers. One is the Chanel No. 1 moisturizer. I really like this moisturizer. I think it's really good, really easy to use. You can kind of see how much I've used. And I used up an entire, this one's empty. I used up an entire one already. This works really well for me on days, and this one's almost done actually. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's almost finished. I think this is a great moisturizer for like when it's summer and I need just a little bit and I don't need a ton of moisture. It's not great for a nighttime for me in the winter because it's not enough. So I've used it as a daytime moisturizer. It is probably too heavy for some folks as a daytime moisturizer. But again, I have very dry skin. And so for me, it's great for a daytime moisturizer. For most people, I think it's going to be too much. But I think for people who have dry skin as a daytime moisturizer, I think it's excellent. The other daytime moisturizer that I've used forever is this one. And the reason I have the Chanel that I use as a daytime moisturizer in the winter, because I use that as a nighttime moisturizer in summer, the moisturizing soft lotion, I love this by La Mer. It's what my standby is. This one's almost empty. I use this all the time, but this is very expensive. It's like $250. I don't remember. It's like between $200 and $300. And yeah, it's a lot of money. And I forget how big this is, but it's like, I think it's like one and a half ounces. It's not that much. There's not that much product in there. And so although I love it and it works really well for me and I've used it for years, literally as long as I've used the other La Mer stuff, the Chanel No. 1, to be honest with you, works basically the same for me as a daytime moisturizer in the winter. So I've just been using them kind of interchangeably. Like I use the Chanel one day and I use the La Mer one day and I use the Chanel and the La Mer and the Chanel and the La Mer. I like the La Mer more because of the pump. I like the fact that it's a pump. I don't like having to put my finger in the thing, but again, it's so much more expensive. So I'm just like, I mean, if it basically gets you the same results, like why am I spending so much more money? I don't understand. Okay, so last step is nighttime moisturizer. You'll probably notice that I don't have any other serums that I'm using right now. Honestly, this is the only serum that I've used and that I've been using, that I've used consistently. I haven't really felt the need to use anything else. So just saying. Now, there's active ingredients in some of the other products, which you're about to see. I forgot to bring up one bottle, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so this is my standby. This is La Mer. I know there's a lot of controversy about La Mer because a lot of people feel like it doesn't do anything. But I will tell you something, guys. I've been using Creme de La Mer. This is the original Creme de La Mer. It's super thick. It's literally super thick. I've been using this for 30 years, 25 years. Yeah, 25 years. And this is the moisturizer that I use when my skin is being difficult. It gets red, it gets irritated, I have a problem. After I had my lasers, this is what I use because there isn't any real active ingredient. There's like algae and like seaweed. And the thing that people complain about, right, is there's not AHAs, there's not BHAs, there's not vitamin C, there's nothing in this. And that's kind of the point. What this is, it has the miracle broth, whatever the heck that is, but what it is soothing for my skin. When my skin feels like it's red, irritated, burnt, itchy, whatever, I use La Mer and I'm fine the next day. Every single time. Without fail. It does not irritate my skin. It never irritates my skin. If my skin, like I sometimes like get like a little cut on my skin or something from the dermaplane, because I dermaplane my skin, not all the time, but every once in a while. Put the La Mer on, doesn't hurt, doesn't get, weird. I'm telling you, it is like my savior moisturizer and I will always use it. But I don't use it every night anymore. I feel like I need it less and less because all of the products that I use, the makeup that I use, I stay out of the sun, make it so that I don't need it. But if I ever feel like a little dry or a little tight, or I'm just having one of those days where my skin is being weird, which does happen sometimes, or I've tried a new product and it did not work, La Mer, that's what I use. And I will stand by it because it works for me. And again, I know it can be a little controversial, but I'm always honest and it's what works for me. So I use it. New other product that I've used in addition to the IS Clinical, which again, never used before, is the Augustinus Butter. And I did not want to like this, guys. So the bottle I forgot to bring up because I kept the bottle to show you guys and then I don't know what I did with it. It's an empty jar, actually, and I'll put a picture up. It's an empty jar of the Soothing Cream. And I am going to buy another one. I'm just going to get it at Harrods because I can get it so much cheaper at Harrods than I can get it in the US. Because it's really expensive. The Soothing Cream is kind of like the La Mer in the sense that I can use it. And I was using it at night in the fall and it worked really well for me. I really like it. It's a soothing cream. It reduces any redness, any irritation. It's very comfortable. I really like it. And I feel like it's a really good cream and I feel like it makes my skin look better and it's not irritating in any way and I love it. I went through an entire jar of it. And what I was doing is I was using it at night. Every night before I went to bed, that was my final step. I used that. Then I had samples of these, like deluxe samples of these, and I started using it during the day. I would just put it on like just a very light kind of, and my skin looked so good. Now here's the funny thing. When I use too much of this, my skin kind of breaks out a little bit. It's not acne, it's not redness, it's like little bumps. I'm not sure why. There's like a fine line to using it, and I don't know if it's because of the thing that's in here. It says it's with TFCB, which I don't even know what that means. I don't know. It says it's a luxuriously rich cream, deeply hydrates and restores skin's youthful appearance, powered by our patented TFCB, complex of natural amino acids, high-grade vitamins, and synthesized molecules that enhances skin's natural renewal processes. The rich skin cream leaves skin feeling calmed and soothed with a radiant glow, which it does. So, don't know what to tell you, but I can only use, I can't use too much of it. If I use too much of it, my skin doesn't like that. But if I use what I've now figured out is the right amount for me, it's perfect. Like my skin looks so good. So I am now using this one at night. Again, I do actually 2 pumps of it on my hand, and then I smooth it all over my face and my neck, which is why I do 2 pumps, because I get it all through here. And I create a very thin veil of it. It's very different from the La Mer, because the La Mer, when I use the La Mer, I warm it up to my hand and then I pat it on my skin, almost leave it like a layer, and I kind of look like a glazed donut. Like it's emollient, very much so. This looks different. This looks like a little bit shiny, but is actually thinner, and my skin does not look as moisturized, like emollient. It looks more like just like a healthy glow. It's interesting. But the next day, when I wake up in the morning, my skin definitely looks better. So I don't know what to tell you. I really think the Augusta Nesbader products are excellent. Like I said, I'm going to buy another jar of the soothing cream. What I will probably do is use the soothing cream during the day and this at night. Although I'll try it different ways, because I was using the soothing cream at night and it was fine. But I will tell you, I was using the soothing cream at the end of summer through fall. I have not used the soothing cream in the winter, because I ran out of it. I ran out of it in November. So I started using the rich cream in December. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, in the winter, I've only used the rich cream. So I don't know if the soothing cream will be enough. The soothing cream is actually thicker. It resembles more the La Mer, but I feel like, I don't know if it's as dense as the rich cream. I'm going to have to play around with them when I have them both and figure out which one works better for day, which one works better for night. Again, during the day, my skin has been okay. It hasn't been super dry. I've been able to use the Chanel No. 1 or the Soft Cream by La Mer, but my lips have been so dry. And I use the Emile Cordon. I use the By Terry lip balm, the rose balm. I use the Chanel balm. I use every kind of balm, and I cannot get my lips to be normal in the winter. And sometimes you see it on camera, like they are so dry. And I've talked to doctors about it. It's a long, complicated story, but basically my sinuses aren't right. I've had sinus surgery. I'm not doing it again. So it's difficult for me to breathe out of my nose, and therefore my mouth gets very dry. My lips get very dry in the winter. Not enough humidity. I need to have humidifiers, etc., etc. So all that being said, I feel like maybe I should start putting the moisturizers on my lips at night to see if that helps. I don't know if it would. I don't know if it would make it better, but I might try it. All right, so that, guys, is my entire skincare routine. I know you're going to ask me. You're going to be like, well, what about? Yes, I still use the Chantecaille. It's either Rose de May or Rose de Mai. I can never remember. But I only use this when my eyes are like puffy. When my eyes aren't puffy, I don't really use it. My eyes are less puffy in the winter, I think, again, because my skin's dehydrated. In the summer, I use it all the time. Every time I come up to film, I use it beforehand. In the winter, not so much, just because I don't need it. Yes, I still use the Guerlain watery oil. How much is left in here? This is the bigger bottle. Not very much. But I have 2 smaller bottles. I'm not using these things. I have the Emile Cordon, like I said, lip balms right here on my desk. Radiance Elixir from Chantecaille, which I use on my face. So it's not like I'm not using other products, but if we're just talking pure skincare about what I use every day, that is it. Now, I'm happy to answer any questions that I can, but I want to make it very clear. I'm not a dermatologist, not a medical doctor in any way. These are things that I've learned over the years, through trial and error, and things that have worked for my skin, and also my dermatologist, who I trust. She's been very helpful. But, definitely if you have skincare issues that are more than, quote, average, normal, I'm trying to be like, if your skin is just dry, put some moisturizer on. But I mean, if you're having other kinds of issues like rosacea, or you're thinking about lasers or any of that stuff, go to a dermatologist, go to a doctor who can give you really good advice, because I feel like all of these things do make a huge difference in the way my skin looks. But that's also in addition to drinking a lot of water, eating really well, staying out of the sun, which are all boring things, but they make a huge difference. And then lasers, which, I wouldn't be doing that to myself. I obviously went to somebody who's capable of, doing the lasers on my skin that I felt would do a good job. So, skincare can only do so much. There are things that just, honestly are beyond that. The other thing to mention is I do use the mask, the LED mask from Dr. Dennis Gross. I'm still using it. I use it twice a week. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know how much it's helped in addition to everything else, but I feel like I think it does help. I do think it keeps the redness down, and I do think it builds collagen and all those things. So, and I like it. And it's like a couple of minutes of my time. It's really not that big of a deal. And I do think it helps keep my skin looking better. I also think you'll notice though, like my skin on my body is lighter than the skin on my face. And it's always been that way, because, you know, my face, you do get more sunlight on your face. Like I don't carry around an umbrella. And you know, I might have like a turtleneck on or whatever. My face is still in the sun, which is why it's really important to wear SPF. I do wear SPF now, but I didn't always wear SPF every day, especially in the winter. It's not something I did. So I do have more damage on my face. Now the lasers I think have helped and have evened out the skin tone and made it closer to my neck. But honestly, like the rest of me, like I have not suntanned in 35 years. Like I do not do that. So if I sit out in the sun, I have like SPF 50 and a hat and like a jacket. Like seriously, I do not. My skin, I just, you know, one, I know the damage it can do, and just two, I'm just too pale and I'll burn. So for me, it's just not worth it. But, you know, I'll keep doing lasers, and whatever else comes along. I might try the Morpheus 8 thing if my dermatologist recommends it. I've heard great things. So, you know, we'll see. Okay. So like I said, I'll answer any questions that you have down below. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear things that work for you. If you're using this brand and you have other recommendations, please let me know, because I'm so impressed with that product that I have to try other things by the brand. But as you can see, I've gone through 3/4 of it in about 4 months. So that gives you an idea, probably 6 months. So, you know, 2 bottles a year. But again, I'm only using it at night. I don't use it twice a day. If you're using it twice a day, it's probably every quarter you would have to get another bottle. But it's just, it's a little like, I guess I could try it, but I just don't want to push it. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, it's working for me as it is. Don't irritate my skin. So that's where I am. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon.